Battle Through the Heavens God, the Flame Emperor Chapter 9, Walking Together, 1 country, 2 pavilions, 3 valleys and 4 sects. Get up, I promise you, Xiaoyan said helplessly. He was also walking the continent to find a way to become stronger, and he had to find solutions to his responsibilities and many mysteries. Isn't it a burden to bring this girl? When Xiaoyan wanted to refuse, the Golden Dragon King said to Xiaoyan, just bring her, you will definitely be grateful for your decision in the future, to be able to meet such a rare one here. The vague statement was not clear, and then Xiaoyan agreed. Master, my name is Yuan. I don't know the name of young master. The girl named Yuan asked Xiaoyan happily. Originally, Yuan didn't just believe in the pills and help of strangers. Maybe such a hypocrite would be even more terrifying. He had heard of such a person in the Mu family before, but what makes Yuan strange is with the appearance of Xiaoyan, Yuan felt a kindness that he had never had before, and there seemed to be a voice in Yuan's heart saying, follow the person in front of you. That's why Yuan was born. The scene where he ate Xiaoyan's medicinal pill without hesitation and begged Xiaoyan to take him in. Yuan, don't call me master, it's just a little effort, my name is Xiaoyan. Out of trust in the Golden Dragon King, Xiaoyan directly told Yuan his name without being pretentious. Moreover, from the words and shock of the Golden Dragon King, Xiaoyan could feel that Yuan a few years ago seemed to be very difficult. Then how can I do it? The master has saved my life, and Yuan will always remember it. The etiquette can't be messed up. If the master doesn't dislike it, I will call you brother Xiaoyan in the future. Yuan was cautiously blushing. He looked at Xiaoyan, for fear that he would reject him. Okay, Xiaoyan said helplessly. Xiaoyan knew very well that he was not a good person. If it wasn't for the Golden Dragon King who spoke out to save this girl, or she would have been poisoned already. But since he decided to help Yuan, he would not let her have this homeless feeling again. Master, do you have a place to go now? If not, let's go to investigate the Mu family. Yuan looked at Xiaoyan very happily because Xiaoyan agreed to take him in. Yuan, do you know the situation around here? I went out for a walk alone, and wanted to go to a nearby city to buy some medicine pills and maps for emergencies. Looking at Yuan, whose eyes were slightly red, Xiaoyan asked embarrassedly, to investigate the matter of the Mu family, of course, to know some forces in this continent. I know. I'm afraid that I can't help brother Xiaoyan to add to your burden. The girl seemed to be laughing through tears as she spoke. Chang, located at the foot of the Monster Beast Mountains, is also the border of the Xianling continent. As the boundary of the mainland and the foot of the Warcraft Mountains, this also created the prosperity of Chang in this radius of a few hundred miles. With Xiaoyan's current speed, it only took a few minutes to get to Chang, but Yuan's ankle was injured, so he slowed down a bit. Brother Xiaoyan, why are you alone? Are you so powerful that you came out to travel? Yuan asked lively and excitedly, apparently like 100,000 wise. That's right, by the way, Yuan, what are the special forces on this Xianling continent? Xiaoyan asked while looking at Yuan. Walking in an unfamiliar country, it's best to figure out who can offend and who can't, so as not to cause trouble. Originally, Xiaoyan planned to ask his master, the Golden Dragon King, but how could he use the Golden Dragon King's own words? I can't remember these small cities at all. Small cities. Xiaoyan was sweating profusely, so he couldn't help asking Yuan. The Xianling continent is divided into 2 major families, humans and monsters. I don't know the power of monsters. As for the power of human beings, they are roughly divided into 1 country, 2 pavilions, 3 valleys, and 4 sects. Of course, there are some equally powerful forces, but only a few people. I know. Yuan pondered for a while and said, in the Xianling continent, the country's dominance has reached its peak. After the royal family ruled the Xianling continent, some powerful forces were born in this land, but they still surrendered. Under the coercion of the royal family, such a powerful force is of course dissatisfied with the rule of the royal family, but after the resistance, the voice of opposition gradually disappeared, because it is said that the royal family has a fighting immortal in charge. Duxian, this Xianling continent is really a crouching tiger, hidden dragon. Xiaoyan secretly said that the power of the royal family in this Xianling continent is strong, and his current strength should be in the early stage of the 3-star Doti, but I'm still a long way from that Dosian. There is a long way to go, but Xiaoyan is not discouraged, he still understands the truth that one cannot eat a big fat man. One country is the royal family. It is said that the royal family is very powerful. In the face of the forces opposed to its own rule, it once adopted an attitude of disappearing. Only then can there be unity. And the two pavilions are the Fengxiang Pavilion and the Wanhua Pavilion, which is strange to say. The Fengxiang Pavilion is very strict in accepting apprentices, only accepting people with fire attributes, and they must be men. There is no woman in the pavilion. It seems that the yang is prosperous and the yin is declining, and the Wanhua Pavilion is not so harsh, but it is also opposed to the Fengxiang Pavilion. In general, Wanhua only accepts women. It is rumored that the pavilion master of Wanhua and the pavilion owner of Fengxiang have a marriage relationship. It is not clear what it is. In the end, the two most powerful forces in the Xianling continent were established respectively. Ching Yuan explained slowly to Xiaoyan. Besides, the 3 valleys are Dan Valley, Nightmare Valley, and Astrology Valley. As the name suggests, the so-called Pill Valley is a piece of genius and treasure. It is rumored that the founder of Pill Valley found a treasure land that is extremely suitable for natural materials and treasures, so he founded Pill Valley. Although the strength of Pill Valley is not very strong, fortunately they have the strong Alchemist that has a lot of connections with many rare heaven and earth treasures. Nightmare Valley is major in soul, and is superb. Although their strength is mediocre, they can use a soul attack to make people lose their minds for a short time and cause a fatal blow. Astrology Valley is one of the weakest among the 3 valleys, and it is the only one that can predict profits. They uses the power of the stars to fight or predict the future. The last 4 sects are the 4 sects with heritage. Poison Sect, Sword God Sect, Ming Sect, Solomon Sect. Poison Sect, as the name suggests, is composed of people who use poison qi or cannot practice normal qi due to various reasons. Among them, their leader is a strong person with a poisonous body, because their leader had a great poison body at the beginning, and the empire sent troops to fight and was ruthless, poisoning thousands of troops. Out of desperation, the empire let them establish a poison sect, leaving the best place to stay for those who practice poison qi and are looked down upon by others, and who are homeless and discriminated against. So the reputation of the sect master of the poison sect is a lot of responsibility in the sect. Although it is not popular, the poison sect has not done anything excessive after that, and the sect poison master is still there, so it has survived for a long time. Sword God Sect, as the name suggests, is to cultivate normal qi spirit but use the sword as the main means of attack. We don't need to talk about the strength of qi spirit, it only depends on the perception and use of the sword, which is also what ordinary people call sword intent. Only swordsmen who are proficient in various weapons and equipment can win this honor, and only then can they climb to the pinnacle of divine sword. Mingjiao is most famous for its melee combat skills. It can hide its whereabouts to find the opportunity to attack the enemy, and after showing up, it has a powerful burst and instant control ability, giving the enemy a fatal blow. Therefore, the title of Mingjiao's hidden killer has been circulating. Solomon claims to be a place that accommodates all strange people and magic, but it is also the most mysterious sect, because this sect is very low-key, and there are few good or bad rumors. Ching Yuan briefly introduced the power distribution of the Xianling continent. Like a little girl who had done a good deed and hoped to be praised, she looked at Xiaoyan with anticipation. Battle Through the Heavens God, the Flame Emperor Chapter 10, Treasure Source. Knowing that all are amazing, let's go to the city. He also took Ching Yuan's little hand and walked towards the city gate, but he didn't notice a trace of crimson on Ching Yuan's face, and he didn't know what Ching Yuan was thinking. You two, stop. Routine inspection, take down the bamboo hat. Several sturdy men stood at the gate of Qingcheng and said to Xiaoyan, "Okay, it's not them, let's go." The checkpoints set up at the door are extremely strict to check the passing pedestrians, as if they are looking for something. Hey, what happened? Ever since the Mu family was destroyed, the city has been locked. I don't know what's going on. It seems like they are looking for the killer. Who knows, since the murderer dared to destroy the Mu family, he must have something to rely on. You should be careful when you go out. I heard that the murderer is still in the city. It's true or false? Xiao Yan and Ching Yuan had just walked into the city when he heard other people's whispers. Ching Yuan, do you know why the Mu family was destroyed like this? Xiao Yan asked curiously. I'm not too sure. I remember that the owner of the family got something, so. Ching Yuan was a little sad when he said that, although the Mu family didn't treat her well, but after all, they took in the kindness of raising her. It's still a bit sad that the Mu family house was destroyed. Every man is innocent, but he is guilty. Xiao Yan immediately spoke to comfort Ching Yuan, and then dragged Ching Yuan towards the pharmacy. Xiao Yan just wanted to go to the inn, only to realize that he was penniless, and he couldn't even tell to Ching Yuan, so he asked, Ching Yuan, let's go to auction some medicinal herbs first. I just need to buy some medicinal materials. When Ching Yuan heard this, he could not help but envy Xiao Yan and walked towards the auction. The three characters of Jubaiyun stand on a tall plaque, which looks very imposing. Jubaiyun is the largest auction house for medicinal pills and medicinal materials in Qingcheng. Xiao Yan took Ching Yuan, and in order to prevent being recognized, they put on a cloak that covered their entire bodies and walked in. As soon as he walked in, he smelled a refreshing scent. This scent was familiar to Xiao Yan. What do you two need? A seemingly shrewd man approached Xiao Yan with a smile and asked. Although many people came to auction items, and they wanted to buy medicinal pills, they all showed their true colors, but it was inevitable that some people like Xiao Yan would appear. Hello, I need to auction the medicinal herbs, and by the way, I also ask to buy some rare medicinal materials. I just don't know if you have them here. Xiao Yan deliberately lowered his voice and said, what grade of medicinal herbs are you going to auction off, sir? As for the medicinal materials, don't worry, sir, I have everything in Jubaiyun. With his shrewdness, how could he not be able to see what Xiao Yan was thinking, so he hurriedly said something to comfort him. I don't know what grade of medicinal herbs you need to auction off, sir. The man asked Xiao Yan after carefully looking at it. 9th order golden pill. What? What's the matter? Is my auction rank too low? Sir? No, distinguished guests, please come in. I'll call our CEO, please wait. The two talked. The 9th order golden pill. The man was obviously shocked. You must know that although the Dota continent has much more spiritual energy than the Dochi continent, and the strength can be improved through the power of blood and medicinal pills, the alchemist has to level up step by step. Yes, there are no shortcuts at all, so the rarity of alchemists is no less than that in Dochi continent. It's no wonder that the man who received Xiao Yan and the others was so shocked, because the most usual they receives is around the 6th rank, and 9th rank is really rare. Hello, sir, I'm Xia Qinghe, the CEO of Jubaiyun. I'm also a first-rank emperor alchemist. Sir, are you going to auction the 9th order golden pill? A thin middle-aged man named Qinghe came out. This is the 9th grade pill and some healing medicines that I want to auction. In addition, these are the medicinal materials I need this time. I hope the CEO can help look at it. Xiao Yan was also polite to Zhang He took over a dozen bottles of grade 9 golden pill and a note with many medicinal herbs that Xiao Yan passed over from the sky, and his heart was slightly shocked, sending things through the air. Dode. He had some plans in his heart. Sir, wait for a while, I will check the medicinal materials that you need. After saying that, He clasped his fist at Xiao Yan and leave. Executive Ching, wait a minute, to be honest, I was in a hurry to get out, and I didn't have time to bring the money, so I wanted to sell the medicinal pills as soon as possible in exchange for the medicinal materials I needed. Xiao Yan said to Qinghe. Qinghe heard, Sir, do you really want to do this? Originally, I planned to advertise the 9 grade pills, so that the price would rise significantly. In this case, I will arrange the fastest auction. By the way, I will go to the warehouse to get the medicinal material for Mr. and I will come back before you leave, said and walked out in a hurry. Xiao Yan watched Qinghe go out, and a girl with a delicate face and a hot body, cautious and a little scared, came in with a good tea, apparently ordered to serve Xiao Yan on purpose. Xiao Yan saw he was not in a hurry, because Xiao Yan also knew that these things would take some time, and immediately sat down and drank the tea that the girls handed over, and Ching Yuan, who was beside him, followed Xiao Yan in a similar manner. The girl looked at Xiao Yan in front of her and seemed to have nothing wrong with her, and then took a breath. She had been instructed to serve this big man before, so even if that big man have any special requirements, she must try her best to meet them, otherwise. Fortunately, the big man in front of her was not that kind of person. Xiao Yan took a careful look at the room of the treasure source, and found that the structure here is simple, but there is an invisible pressure that he doesn't know what it is. That should be the formation. I didn't expect that there is still protection here. The Golden Dragon King said suddenly. Ever since Xiao Yan accepted to take Ching Yuan with him, the Golden Dragon King saw that some of the medicinal herbs disappeared. And he didn't say anything until today. Xiao Yan thought what happened to the Golden Dragon King. Master, what happened to Ching Yuan? Why did you ask me to take her? Xiao Yan replied in his heart. Where is all this nonsense? Are the medicinal materials in hand? You will know when the time comes. You don't know how lucky you are. Now you are complaining here, but you will thank me in a few days. The Golden Dragon King was obviously played a riddle with Xiao Yan. Sir, the medicinal herbs you have left behind are auctioned for a total of 5 million, and we deduct 1.5 million as 10% of the handling fee for the medicinal herbs on the note of Mr. All 3 million are already on this card, so you can take this kind of thing. Ching He also did not dare to neglect Xiao Yan, and took out 10 bottles of 9th grade gold elixir from Xiao Yan. A non-ordinary pharmacist can refine it, at least the person in front of him is on an equal footing with himself. Immediately, he handed over a tiger-patterned crystal card and an intermediate-level navy ring. The tiger-patterned crystal card can only be used by the strong above Dode. Could it be that the man in black in front of him is actually a Dode? Moreover, he is also a Dode who can refine a 9th grade pill. This dual identity cannot help but awe-inspiring. Since there is nothing to do, then I would like to thank Mr. Zhang He and say goodbye. Xiao Yan took the things in Zhang He's hand and prepared to leave Jubaiyun. Sir, wait a minute. Recently, the murder of Mu's family bring big commotion in the city, and the city is under martial law. You should be careful. I heard that the murderer specially killed an alchemist. Ching He also said to Xiao Yan, such a high-level alchemist, even if he can't stay, it is also a good thing to win him over and make him feel good about Jubaiyun. Thank you, Mr. Ching He, for reminding me. I'm leaving. Xiao Yan clasped his fists towards Ching He and said, Master, what is this person's identity? How can he come up with so many 9th grade golden pills, and what does he want to buy so many high-end medicinal herbs for? The man just now asked Ching He respectfully. I don't know what's his identity, but his strength as an alchemist is real, and he may be on the same rank as me or even higher, because the soul fluctuations faintly emanating from him are very strong, and to buy such rare medicinal materials, it's clear what it is for, but you should not inquire about people of this level, just do your job well. Battle Through the Heavens God, the Flame Emperor Chapter 11, Go to the Alchemist Association. After coming out of Jubaiyun, Xiao Yan took Ching Yuan to an inn to stay. Brother Xiao Yan, why are you buying so many medicinal material? Ching Yuan was obviously shocked by Xiao Yan's generosity, so he hurriedly asked when he came to the deserted inn. Of course it's for you to refine medicine. Xiao Yan said calmly. Ah, refining the medicine for me? I don't need to take medicine. Ching Yuan looked at Xiao Yan in confusion. You must know that on Dode continent, the number of medicinal pills that are circulated among ordinary people on weekdays is basically 9 from the 9th grade golden pill that Xiao Yan just put up for auction. He knew that Xiao Yan should be a strong person with some attainments in medicine refining, so Xiao Yan had to make medicine pills for her to eat. Okay, you don't have to worry. Since you want to follow me, you can't be the same as before. No matter what happened in the past, now is your new life. Xiao Yan took out the medicine pill just auctioned, and then used an ordinary dochi card to take out 100,000 money and hand it to Ching Yuan. Now, you can take the money and buy whatever you want. If it's not enough, say it again. No, there's no need for that, Brother Xiao Yan. Ching Yuan was speechless. Thank you, Brother Xiao Yan. The corners of Ching Yuan's moved eyes couldn't help but turn sour. It was the first time someone treated her so well since she was born. Girls don't cry all the time, Ching Yuan, remember, one's birth and experience cannot determine a person. 30 years in Hedong and 30 years in Hexi, don't bully the poor. Don't worry, I will help you find your parents. Xiao Yan obviously saw Ching Yuan's inferiority complex and hurriedly comforted her. After a night of silence, Xiao Yan left the bed to Ching Yuan. This little girl was so scared that it was time to take a good rest. Ching Yuan was indeed very tired. She climbed onto the bed and fell asleep in a daze. Xiao Yan consciously withdrew to prepare for cultivation. The night of cultivation passed quickly. After all, he just came to this continent, so he still had to carefully stabilize his realm and familiarize himself with the abundant doqi here. Xiao Yan was just about to quit and go to the outside world. When I went to cover Ching Yuan with a quilt, I saw 2 small dimples appear on Ching Yuan's delicate face, as if he had a very happy dream. Master, what's the matter with the girl you said? Ching Yuan. Xiao Yan quietly exited, closed the door lock, and stroked the ring. I told you before, if you want to know the answer, you have to refine the Gubenpe1 pill, and then give it to Ching Yuan. What you want to know will naturally reveal, but according to her current judging from the situation, it should only be a few months at most. You have to hurry up. The Golden Dragon King continued to play dumb with Xiao Yan while looking at Xiao Yan, who was confused. The medicinal materials were auctioned from Jubaiyun today, and the ones left by the master are basically complete, but now there is only 1 magic core missing. What should I do? Xiao Yan asked in confusion. I just came to the Dota continent, and I haven't figured out the power of the monster, so I can't just hunt and kill a monster. Indeed, the magic core of the Dota level beast is not so easy to obtain. Today, I looked at the source of treasures and found no fluctuations in the magic core. It seems that it is too difficult to find one. Go to the Alchemist Association tomorrow. The Alchemist of Dota continent is very rare. Even if you are a first-rank Emperor grade alchemist, you must be very popular in this small Ching, a high-level alchemist. It's easy to do things wherever you go. Hehe. The Golden Dragon King suddenly thought of a good way and laughed. Is it the Alchemist Association? There was a slight smile on the corner of Xiao Yan's mouth. Yes, he forgot his identity as an alchemist. When he was in Doqi continent, he was promoted to an alchemist who could refine imperial medicine pills. It's just because there is no clear assessment level in Doqi continent, so I forgot about it. The morning sun shines on the earth, and the beautiful day begins again. Brother Xiao Yan, where are we going? Ching Yuan apparently had a good night's sleep, and her mental outlook looked much better. 3,000 green silk fell down, and she was very swayed by the sunlight and breeze. Let's go to the Alchemist Association now. The medicinal herbs prepared for you are still missing an important medicinal ingredient, so let's try our luck. Xiao Yan took Ching Yuan on the way to the Alchemist Association, and kept answering questions like 100,000 whys of Ching Yuan. In the Alchemist Association, 5 splendid large characters stand on a seemingly ordinary plaque. At first glance, the gate will be empty, and what's even more strange is that this seemingly ordinary plaque makes people's soul tremble at a glance, and they stop moving forward. There is actually a soul shock on this plaque. Xiao Yan of the Emperor Realm's soul obviously recognized this means of soul impact. He hurriedly covered the slightly uncomfortable Ching Yuan with his soul power, and an invisible soul power emanated from Xiao Yan. Oh, the soul of the Emperor Realm, it's been a long time since it appeared. In the Alchemist Association, a pale-haired old man felt Xiao Yan's soul power, his eyes moved, and he instantly disappeared in place. The so-called soul shock is to limit the power of the soul within a certain range. If it exceeds this range, it will have no effect. However, if the power of the soul is lower than the limit, it will be impacted, that is, the soul will be imprisoned in an instant. Haha, Xiao Yan's eyesight, you can see through these trifles of our association at a glance. Please come in. A pale-haired old man with a smile on his face walked towards him. Xiao Yan sensed a power that was no weaker than himself from this pale-haired old man, but Xiao Yan was not afraid, and walked in with Ching Yuan. Chairman, what are you doing? Didn't we drink tea in there? Why did you suddenly come out? Another gentle-faced old man said to the white-haired man who just came out. Chairman, hello. I'm here to register and assess the alchemist. Xiao Yan took Ching Yuan's hand and said to the white-haired old man in front of him, is it you who just exuded the soul power of the Emperor Realm? The white-haired old man asked again. It's really me. Xiao Yan didn't shy away from answering directly, and it was also the Alchemist Association. Then what kind of alchemist do you want to assess? The white-haired old man looked at Xiao Yan, who was staring at him carefully, but did not see any clues. The white-haired old man is named Baisu. He is the chairman of the Ching Alchemist Association, and he is also an alchemist who thinks he is a first-rank emperor. Standing next to Baisu is Bai Ruo, the vice-chairman of the Alchemist Association, because the latter is playful by nature. His alchemy skills are only at the Emperor Pill. In addition, the two are brothers. First-rank Emperor. Xiaoyan said calmly, as if he was talking about a very ordinary thing. What? You actually want to test the first-rank Emperor Alchemist? Bai Ruo looked at Xiaoyan in surprise. Could it be that he doesn't know that the sky is high, and he wants to test the first-rank Emperor Alchemist at a young age? This is crazy. Oh, come with me. Bai Ruo immediately ordered to go ahead and prepare for the first-rank Emperor Alchemist assessment. The association is strictly prohibited, and no one is allowed to enter or leave. In addition, call all the members of the association to come and observe. Bai Ruo originally thought that Xiaoyan was coming to assess the 9th grade alchemist. After all, it doesn't mean that with the soul of the emperor, you can test other alchemists of the emperor level, but this time it is interesting. Don't let me down. Bai Su said slowly in his heart,